Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I thought I'd highlight today a citrus that I haven't given a lot of attention to, at least in my videos, and that's Sweet Frost Changsha, or the UGA developed Changsha mandarin. It is an it's an irradiated Changsha to produce fewer seeds, and it was developed by the University of Georgia in Tipton sometime back, and was released, I want to say about 10 years ago. This one's been in the ground. I'm trying to remember, I think I planted it in 2022, but we've only lived in this house for 3 years, so it couldn't have been before then. It's about 6 feet tall now. It's got a nice little bush shape. This is the tag from One Dog Nursery. Hold on, pull it up. And hopefully you can see that. See if I can get a little better view of it. There we go. And it's UGA Dr. Hannah Sweet Frost RX. And it doesn't list the rootstock, but I believe that One Dog Nursery put all their UGA material on Flying Dragon, which is why it's a much smaller tree than it probably would be after 3 years, although this is pretty good growth. Flying Dragon is a dwarfing rootstock, and normally a mature tree will max out at about 10 to 12 feet, which really is about perfect for a homeowner, because you don't want a tree that's going to be so tall you can't pick the fruit, or it becomes very difficult to do so. So this is a Sweet Frost. It is a Changsha, and I've had it. It's fruited at least once before. It had some fruit last year. It has a lot this year. And Changsha can be somewhat alternate bearing, but if you thin the fruits in a heavy year, which is hard to do, you can encourage it to produce at least a decent crop each year. I kind of let things do their own thing, because I have enough to where if one kind of blanks out, I've got more going on, so it's not a big concern. But commercially, that could be a problem. You're counting on this. But anyway, this is what it looks like now. It's otherwise a typical Changsha. The fruit may be a little bit smaller, but instead of having 20 or more seeds per fruit, usually none. And I've never seen more than just maybe 1 or 2 per fruit. So that's a real improvement. I like Changsha. Some people, it's not their favorite mandarin. I'm not sure it's my favorite mandarin, but it's a good one, and it's a very hardy one. So we'll take a closer look at the fruit I've got this year. Here we go. You can see here, I've got a nice little crop coming on here and here. It mostly bloomed on old wood. I didn't get any rebloom, which is not surprising. Most mainstream citrus don't rebloom much, if at all. This here is all new growth, most of it anyway, this year. So I've gotten really good growth and a good crop, which is a nice combination. Sometimes you get a lot of fruit, not much growth. Sometimes you get a lot of growth and no fruit. So it's nice to have both. As I mentioned in a previous video, I started using citrus spikes about 3 or 4 years ago, and it has made a noticeable difference in everything. I think everything responds really well to it. I generally, some citrus I'll put some liquid, or maybe a foliage pro in a diluted form as a liquid fertilizer, but other than the spikes, I don't really do a lot. And what I've found over the years is that citrus really appreciate a steady flow of nutrients. Otherwise, it's very difficult to time. They have to have nutrients available when they flush growth, and they'll typically have 2 or maybe 3 flushes of growth a year, one in spring, another one in early summer, and sometimes you get a late summer flush. I'm not really usually very excited about that, but sometimes you can't help it. And the nutrients have to be available when they flush. Otherwise, the tree will kind of look like it's suffering from a lack of nutrients because they weren't available at that time. The citrus spikes seem to solve that problem. It's just a steady flow, as I said, all the time. So the citrus have that readily available whenever they decide to flush. And the way our summers typically run here is rain is spotty at best and unpredictable at worst. Sometimes we get adequate rain. I'd say we've gotten adequate rain this summer. We haven't gotten a lot of rain or an abundance of rain like parts west of us, like Atlanta's gotten a ton of rain this year. We always are drier than Atlanta, and we have not gotten that kind of rain, but we've gotten enough. And so it's nice to have things, these fertilizer available when the plant needs it. Hopefully it will not grow anymore for the rest of the year. I really don't want another flush. That last flush can be very tender going into winter, so I can always just do without it. And you can see here that this is my Meyer lemon, which is now, it's like 12 feet tall. I've had to trim it back a couple times, and of course I will before winter, but lemons just never seem to stop. They just keep going and going, blooming, growing, fruiting, crazy. But there is Changsha, or the irradiated Changsha, known as Sweet Frost. Highly recommend it. I believe it is available now to people outside of Georgia. For some time it was only available in the state, but I believe people outside of the state can order it. One Dog Nurseries carries it. There may be a couple of others, but they're a great nursery, and I certainly recommend ordering from them. And I hope you have good luck with it if you get it, and good luck with all of your citrus and other plants. Happy gardening. Thanks for tuning in.